you. When was that one? Let me see. When we did your hair. It was, you said 3 years ago?
Yeah, it's about 3 years ago. Episode 100.
Oh, I found it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is from the last time. Hold on. And then this is how it grew out 3 years later with no color. So her gray, she's gotten a little bit more gray on the top here. And this is all just her natural. So we're trying to just get her a little bit lighter. And you haven't colored it. You said you just put clear gloss. You loved the way that it grew out and you were able to just let it go for about 3 years.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal grow out.
I think what we should do, since you're a little bit more gray, like you have this like really pretty silver around your face frame. So I'll definitely detail that too. What I think we should also do is make sure that this looks lighter than what is growing out, so that when it does grow out, it looks very like soft and seamless, like it looks very natural.
Yeah, which is what you're excellent at.
Thank you. And then the tone, did you like the tone that we used last time on you?
Yeah, I loved everything that you did last time. Everything looked really soft. It grew out beautifully. There was never any lines. It was phenomenal.
Everything was just very soft. Are we doing a haircut too, Shannon?
Do you want to trim like maybe
a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, what's icky?
Yeah. But we'll do it so where it's like more blended on top, something similar to your root, and then just really brighten this up so that it doesn't look darker than the top. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I have a returning client. I think this is like a first time that I've had a client wait 3 years and pretty much did nothing in between and just kind of let the last color I did completely grow out before we do a fresh new color. So I'm very excited because we're just working with virgin hair today. And last time when she came in, she had some like old highlights on the very ends of her hair, but today everything is completely grown out. And it's interesting because the top half of her head is a lot more gray than the ends. So I guess at some point she just naturally started going a little bit more gray. So that's why the ends look darker. I did ask her, and then even seeing it in person, I could definitely tell there was no color on the ends. And even by the lift of everything, it looked perfectly fine. And so sometimes that can occur when just with aging and having more gray come through. And so to kind of help blend all that together, for sure I'm going to do some tip outs to make sure that the ends are nice and brightened. We want to make this look as natural as possible, almost like we didn't color it at all. And so she can go another 3 years or so before she even feels like she needs to do something. So if you're new, I always start in the back. I did a detail hairline around the nape and then just kind of taking up my normal mohawk slicing pattern all the way up until the front. Right now I'm doing her money piece. And since she doesn't have any color in her hair, we're just working on enhancing her natural gray. So her hairline, I do want to make it lighter, so I'm going in and just like weaving. I did about 3 weaves back to back with like just the dropout of the weave as negative space. And then after that, I'm gonna connect the rest of the mohawk with just slices. And this is gonna grow out really soft against her gray pattern because she has a decent amount of gray naturally now at her root. So when this does grow out, the highlights blended in with her natural gray with it in between the highlights will just look extremely soft, and everything will just look like a natural highlight as that grows out because there's always already that connection between her gray and the color that we're putting in. Also keep in mind that this color, even though we're going to tone it more gray, it is still going to fade out blonde. She said she was able to maintain like the ashiness with like purple shampoo at home. So I always say with purple shampoo to just use it as needed. I feel like when it starts to get too yellow or just like a slight hue of yellow is a great time to use it. And when you do use it, to like let it sit for a bit, and that way you don't have to use it too often, because I do find that purple shampoo can be a little bit drying to the hair, and using it not every wash sometimes keeps the hair a bit healthier. So right now I'm connecting her side money piece, which is connecting the hairline. And I'm making sure that these foils all connect. There is no gaps in between anything or anywhere around her hairline. So I'm going in and I did 2 of those weaves back to back. And then I'm going to do a slice to kind of give it a little bit of a lighter effect. And the slice does have a slight negative space in between that slice. And then after that, I'm going to do a weave above the ear. This is going to be on the right side, connecting the front and the back. And this is going to be also that filling in that gap between her hairline of the front and the back. And when I say front and the back, I mean that very first nape foil to the front hairline foil. That part's really important because that section right above the ear is technically part of her money piece. So you want to make sure that you don't miss that part, otherwise they can have like a dark patch in their highlights. And then after that, I'm going to just continue my slicing pattern up the sides. I would say the slices ranged from 1/2 inch to maybe 1/4 inch. And then just kind of making sure that my slices are nice and see-through. I like to use long foils because I don't want to move the product around. I want to get a really clean, even lift. And I find that using a long foil and just kind of sandwiching the hair rather than folding it up gets me a cleaner lift, especially when you're doing gray blending. You want to just have it very even because you're working with gray and you're also working with your natural dark in between those gray hairs. So once all the foils are done with the root, I kind of separate and over direct the hair towards the front of her. And this is where I'm going to add in those tip outs. This part is going to be extremely important to making this all tie together and blend very well. And just make it seem like at the end that this is just like her natural hair color, because the issue with where her gray pattern is growing in with her previous gray pattern is that she didn't have as much gray probably 3 years ago versus today. So that's why the ends look significantly darker than the root. So adding in those tip outs were really crucial to blending and enhancing her hair so that she could probably go another 3 years. So right now I'm pulling out her foils. You can see she lifted perfectly because it's all virgin. And we took very thin slices to make sure that we get the clean, even lift. And then you can also see by doing so, laying those foils flat does help a lot with getting the product a lot more even. And then after that, I'm going in with the Danger Jones gloss toners for her root shadow. I'm going in with the 5-1. I'm applying that all over the hair. I like to section away the hairline in the front about 1 inch, and I will shadow root that very last. So shadow rooting everything behind the hairline, and now going in with the lighter toner. Now the lighter toner is the Danger Jones Artistic Toners. These have no level to them, but they are progressive toners. So they will have more pigment the longer that it sits on the hair, and I did a mixture of silver and the violet blonde to kind of give it a slight purpley hue to the ash tone.
Oh, yay! Oh my god.
No more dark ends. The lens perfectly.
You do so good.
Thank you. It looks so pretty. I'm like, it doesn't look like two tones now.
No, it doesn't.
It looks natural.
So good.
Like made in color.
Yes!
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna finish.
Oh my god,
hair.
it looks so good.
And it feels good too. Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So he sounds a lot like.
Oh, yay! Oh my god! Gorgeous. So good. And even.
And even, yes. That's most importantly, even.
Yay!
Oh my god.
Yay! Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. I absolutely loved it because it looks Like we didn't even color it. It looks so natural, like her own hair. And it's crazy to think that like the ends were just so much darker to the point where I questioned if she had colored her hair, but seeing it in person, I could definitely see the gray in between, and seeing how much more gray was coming through at her roots. But now as this grows out, it's going to grow out like so soft and seamless against that gray pattern. And even if she did go a little bit more gray, like naturally, her roots started to get more silver naturally, it would still blend really well with this color because we did get the ends to be a lighter blend than everything. And yeah, who knows, maybe she'll go another 3 years and I'll see her then. But honestly, that's the whole point of gray blending, is so that you could just have things grow out very seamlessly and feel good about the grow out and the fade. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.